Well, hello everyone. It's Angie, and I am so happy to be here today. As you all know, it's my favorite day of the week when we get to sit down and chit chat and BS and talk about what I've been working on over the past week and what I am going to be up to in the week coming up, and then just general nonsense and whatever pops into my crazy little head. So I thought we would take care of some business first. Last week I announced my prize giveaway for my first turn at giving away a weekly prize for the event Rest, Relax, and Enjoy the View that I'm co-hosting with Mindy. It is our landscape event that's taking place during the entire month of January for diamond painting. So I hope that you're taking part in that. We're keeping track of those entries on Mindy's Facebook group, Diamond Moments and Crafts, crafts with a K. So I know it's a little late in the game, but if you still wanted to join in, you're certainly welcome to. You're eligible for up to 2 entries per week for the grand prize. So you've still got, 2 weeks you could be eligible, for those entries. And every week, either Mindy or I will be giving away a prize on our channel based on our comments from our WIP and chats. So I announced my prize last week, and I'm going to award it this week, and I figured we would just go ahead and get that out of the way right away. That way, those of you that don't want to listen to me and my escapades, I'll let you off the hook. I'm not gonna bend anybody's arm to sit here and listen to me. Either you like me or you don't. So, we'll get right to it. So just as a reminder of what my prize is for this week, you are going to get this beautiful bumblebee cover minder from Coverminder Shaban on Etsy. You're going to get these 7 rolls of landscape themed washi tape. I've got quite the glare coming in from the window. It's a little hard to see, but it's really pretty washi tape. It's very unique. I've never quite seen anything like it. So, and then you are going to get to choose between these other 3 things. You can either, I'm going to throw in this little bag of yellow ABs that came with my patty wax order. You can choose one of these 3 items. You can either choose this Diamond Art Club pen in the color Rainforest Swirl, or a tin of Patty Wax Super Sticky, or a Craft Meets Lockable, which is a 56 grid diamond storage container and in the binder. And this is one of my very favorite storage methods to use, so they're really, really nice. I managed to get these, they're retail for like $32. I managed to get them on a really good sale on Amazon. I'm not sure if they're still on sale or not, but if you like these, you might want to it might be worth popping on Amazon and seeing if they still have them on sale, because I think they were like $16.50 or something like that, which is an incredible deal. So you'll just have to let me know if you're chosen as the winner, which of those 3 things that you would like in addition to your washi tape and cover minder. And we'll go ahead and get started with picking the winner. Now, I had to use a different website today. The one that I normally use, I was getting the spinning wheel of death, and it wasn't picking my comments up. So I went ahead and posted my video in here, or pasted my video in here, and loaded up my comments. I had a total of 57 comments, and I'm going to click on pick a winner. Oh, and I know Elizabeth is not participating in this event. She was just letting me know that my birthday's on Australia Day, which is interesting. But so I'm going to go ahead and pick a different winner. Okay. My winner is Jess Edholm. She says she's working on Patio with Flowers by Barbara Feliski. And my sweater looks amazing. Well, thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. So congratulations to Jess. If you would please just get a hold of me via email with your address and what your preferred prize would be, I will get those out to the post office to you just as soon as I hear back from you. My email address is both in the About tab of my channel, but I'll also put it in the description of this video, just in case you can't find it there. All right, so that's done and over with. Moving right along. Yesterday, because Mindy does her WIP and chats on Wednesday, she announced her No, yeah, she announced her prize, which she will pick next week. So I picked a prize today. Am I supposed to be announcing my next prize today? Let me think on that. I might have to throw an extra blurb in here at the end if I figure that out. I've got a piece of paper written down with the dates. I think it's right over here. Let me see if I can snap it. If I can reach it with my foot and drag it over, because I saw it that it fell on the floor. Let's see. I'm sorry to do this to you, but I want to make sure I'm staying. Okay, no, I will announce my giveaway my next giveaway next week on the 27th, and I'll award that giveaway on February 3rd. So Mindy announced her next giveaway yesterday, and she'll be giving it away next Wednesday. That's how that's going to work. Then our live giveaway for the grand prize, which our grand prizes are going to be 2 gift cards to any diamond painting store that you would like. And I think that's how we're going to do it. I don't quote me on that. I don't know that we've chosen a store. I think we said that you could pick, like if you want Diamond Art Club or Craftably or whatever, Dreamer Designs or whatever. And then also a canvas. The canvas is the Shepherd's Cottage by Mandy Manzano from Diamond Art Club. So those will be the 3 grand prizes that'll be given away on Mindy's Live on February 5th, which is a Saturday. All right, moving right along. Now we can talk about the fun stuff. Well, to me, this is the fun stuff. The prizes might be the fun stuff to you guys, but to me, this is the fun stuff. So let's talk about what I've done this week. I have only a couple of finishes crochet-wise. I made this cute little beanie. It's a little bit different of a pattern than what I used before. You can't really see the pattern because of the striping of the yarn. I used Woolies Thick and Quick, and this is a skein of yarn that I had picked up on accident. I got the wrong color. I needed another skein of yarn in a different colorway, and they're very similar, and I picked up the wrong one. So I thought, I'll just make a hat out of it. So I made this hat, and then I also made another hat that was quite an elaborate pattern. It had like some cabling, and it was very, very pretty. But I've already sent that on its way. I made that for my friend Sarah's daughter, Alex. She is headed to Colorado for a ski trip, and I thought I would just pop her together a hat real quick to for her ski trip, and it turned out magnificent. I'm going to make another one because it turned out really, really nice. I really liked it. So finished up my sweater. I finished putting together the sweater I showed you last week that just was finished. It just wasn't put together yet, so you've already seen that. But now I've started 3 more sweaters. Yeah, I know. I'm a chronic starter, but I do finish stuff. Honest, I do. Now, these sweaters are using well, we'll start with this one. I started this sweater. This is based off a pattern that I found on the Bag a Day Crochet YouTube channel. I love her. She has very, very similar taste to mine when it comes to yarn. She likes to work with chunky yarn, and she likes a lot of the same colors that I do. So I've really been enjoying watching her videos. And this is actually going to be an over-the-head pullover sweater. It's not going to be a cardigan. So I realize that looks quite wide, but it's supposed to be an oversized sweater. So that's, the reason for the size. And this is just the start of the back panel. And I'm using Premier Yarn's Puzzle yarn, and it is a size 5 bulky, but I would say it's a heavy 4. It's not quite a bulky 5. It's more of a heavy 4, I'd say, in my opinion. But I think it's working up really nicely, and I like the way the stitch looks. It's a really easy stitch, actually, and but it has a really nice textured look. I really like it. And it's a little bit of a thicker weave than the previous sweaters that I made. So, you'd still want to wear a t-shirt or something underneath it, but it's the holes aren't as open, which I like it. I like it a lot. And this yarn is super, super soft. If you've never worked with Premier, actually specifically Premier Puzzle and Premier, what is that other Premier yarn that I have called that I like so much? Serenity. I think, which is also a bulky 5, and that is truly a bulky 5, but that's really nice yarn to work with too. I like Premier yarn a lot. So I started that sweater. Then, because I was working on that hat that had the cabling on it, I thought, you know, I really like the look of the cabling. I'd like to make a sweater that has that look. So I got online and I was looking for some patterns, and I came across this very easy pattern. This is from a different YouTuber, and I can't think of her name. But, okay, this is going to look really funny right now. But what you do is you just do rows and rows and rows of alternating double crochet, single crochet, but on your double crochet row, you make these loops every 5th stitch. So every 5th stitch, you're chaining 10 and slip stitching it back into your double crochet and making a loop. When you're done with this, you're going to take these loops and weave them through one another, like so. This reminds me a lot of how you finish if you're doing arm knitting. So you're going to weave them through each other like so, and it's going to give the illusion of a cable knit. So it's not truly like, it's not true cabling like with post crochets like you would, you know, normally do, but it's going to give that look of cabling, and it's a really easy way to achieve that look, and it's going to look great when it's finished, and I really like the color. For this, I'm using just this Big Twist Value, which is 100% acrylic. It's a Joann's brand. It's a 4-weight yarn, and this color is taupe, and I think it's absolutely going to be a gorgeous color for this pattern. This was some of the yarn that I got when Joann had their big sale after Christmas, and I had those gift cards, and I bought just a huge stash of yarn. This was one of the colors that I got. So I've got like 12 skeins of this, so I'm definitely going to have enough to finish a sweater. I could probably do, you know, a couple sweaters with that, but maybe not a couple. But this is going to be a cardigan, and so I've just started I did the ribbing at the bottom, and I've started the back panel. And I think I've told you before, I have to keep my hooks attached to my projects because I can never remember. I've got so many projects going at one time, I can never remember what size hook goes to which project when I set them aside to work on something else. So need to keep the hooks with the project. All right, my third, the third one I started is this is going to be my beast, okay? This one is going, okay, I ended up having to, this is someone I found on YouTube. I believe her name is, oh, I can't think of her name. I will link, though, all 3 of these videos with the patterns because I know a lot of people have asked me for links after my videos. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop them in there. Just so, you know, so everybody can take a look if they're interested. But this one was listed as a beginner to intermediate pattern. And let's just say, yeah, intermediate for sure. It is going to be beautiful. Now, this is true cabling. This is using front post and back post treble and double crochets to create these cable stitches, these wheat stitches, cable stitch. And then you do this alternate pattern of single and double crochet in between and on the sides, and then another cluster of cable, wheat stitch, cable. And isn't it pretty? I mean, I don't have very much done, I realize, but I have enough done that you can start to see what the pattern's going to look like. And isn't that going to be a beautiful sweater? This is going to be like my pride and joy sweater. I'm really excited to get this one finished. It is a little bit tedious to work on just because you have to go through it's just a little tedious to work on, but it's going to be beautiful. Now, the ribbing on this one is also a little bit different than anything that not that I've got all that much experience, but in my previous projects, anytime I've had to do ribbing, like on the bottom of a sweater or a hat band, I've always done back loop, either back loop single crochet or back loop half double. This one is very interesting. This one you actually worked it in rows rather than in you know, lengthwise and turn it. And it's just a series of back and front post double crochets that make this illusion of ribbing. If you turn it around, it looks exactly the same on the back, the ribbing part, and it's denser than what I would be used to in a ribbing. It's more like a waffle weave than true ribbing like you would do with a, you know, back loop only crochet. So I'm probably just talking about nonsense y'all don't even care about, but I love it. I think it's going to be beautiful. This is going to be, like I said, this is probably going to be like my, you know, I'm going to be so proud of it when it's finished. And it doesn't look very wide. I'm going by I ended up having to, because she only showed in the video, she's going real fast in the video, and she's only showing the measurements for a size small, and I'm definitely not a size small. So she has the entire pattern in a book that she has published, and that's available on Amazon. So I did go ahead and buy that book, and I just bought it on my Kindle so I could download it right away and start working on this so I could get the stitch counts for larger sizes. And it is, I'm glad I have the video, let's put it that way, because with all of these cabling stitches, the written pattern is a little bit hard to follow. And I'm very much a novice at reading written patterns anyway. So I'm also using the Big Twist Value yarn for this in the color Soft Gray. Love it. It's very soft yarn. I ended up getting this with the sale that was going on and with the discount that I got for ordering curbside pickup. I ended up getting this for $1.50 a skein, and they're 380 yard skeins. So that is a tremendous value. And you know, for a value yarn, this is even cheaper than like Red Heart Super Saver. This is so very soft. It is a definite scarfable yarn as far as, you know, softness is concerned. It's you know, something you wouldn't mind having up against your body or against your face. So whereas Red Heart Super Saver, in my opinion, is very hard and scratchy. So that is what I am working on for crochet. I do have more yarn on the way in the same colorway that I made those first two sweaters out of. I'm going to make a third sweater because I told you I wanted one. I want to keep the first one I made just because it was the first sweater I ever made. And Emily wants one and Maddie wants one. So, yeah. I've got a couple more skeins of that on the way. I managed to finally find some. That was a nightmare trying to find that yarn. I'll tell you about it when we start chatting. But that's all for crochet. Now going on to diamond paintings. I do have some diamond painting finishes, but first I'm going to show you my progress on my big canvases. So last Saturday after my live, I unboxed this Yellow Frida by Distracted by Diamonds, and I started working on her. I kitted her up after the live and started working on her last Saturday, and you can see what I've gotten done. I did this here and this section here. So I've gone almost all the way down the left edge, you know, one section in. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections. Not bad. For, you know, not working on it just this. I've been working on a lot of other things than just this. So I don't think I made bad progress. It's turning out beautiful. I'm loving the drills. The drills are my favorite kind of drills, those glossy, wet-looking drills. I believe those are the premium drills. You'll never convince me otherwise. I don't care for the ones that have all the facets and are, you know, I don't. I love these drills. So it's very nice. I am having the adhesive seems very sticky. I mean, I'm not having a problem, you know, getting my diamonds off my pen or anything like that. But I have been, because I have a tendency to rest my arm on my completed diamond painting as I'm drilling the next section. Bad idea. I mean, it's just not advisable at all, probably. So I can't really complain because I probably shouldn't be doing it. But I have had a couple drills come up on my arm while I'm doing that. Now with like Diamond Art Clubs, I never have that problem. But and I don't have a problem with the adhesive on this. It seems sticky enough. I don't know, maybe my arm has been particularly sweaty. I don't know. But I have come up with a solution, and it's a good solution, and I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner. So in case anybody out there has the same problem, I thought I would share it. Because, you know, sometimes things are obvious, or they seem obvious, but we don't immediately think of them. So I use release papers. So what I've started doing is I take 2 release papers and I put them down where my arms rest. And then that way, my arm is not making contact with my drills that I've already put down. Therefore, my arm's not picking them up. You know, I'm not grabbing them up off the canvas. So isn't that just a stupidly easy solution to a problem that I've been dealing with for a couple years now? Yeah, stupidly easy solution that I never thought of in a million years. You guys probably all thought of it already, but I just thought I'd share with you my aha moment, and it's been working out really well. So this is just a funky looking, it's definitely a different diamond painting. I'll show you the schematic in case you didn't see my live, because I know I've got release papers covering a large portion of it, but isn't she gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous, and just interesting, just very interesting. I love all the colors. I love the golds and blacks in her dress, are very pretty. It's very confetti heavy, which I'm loving the heck out of that. Very fun. So what happened with this was I started down here with the black and gold. And then I'm also working on this woman in gold from Diamond Dots. And I was like, I've kind of had a little bit of enough of gold. So I decided I wanted a little bit more color in my life. So I did this bottom section, and then I moved up there to the top. I never do that. I never ever do that. And the reason why, I always also start at the bottom right. But to me, because of the size of this, I oriented it differently, and so the side became my bottom right, and that's how I decided to work on it, was sideways. Just worked out better for me while I'm working in my chair in the front room. It is a big diamond painting. I think it's, what is it, 62 by 88. So I mean, it's not the hugest, but it's a good size. It's a good size. So I've gotten that much done on her since Saturday. Let me just set her nicely off to the side. I'm really enjoying working on that one. In fact, I think I'm going to put my crochet away for the rest of the day today and just diamond paint and work on her. I've also been working on my Diamond Dots Woman in Gold. I got these 2 sections finished and these 2 sections finished, and a partial of another section finished over here. But I am loving the special drills with this. Absolutely gorgeous. I wish that, I mean, the camera just doesn't do them justice. They're lovely. You can see those ones that look white. Those are actually, they're not really crystals. They're more like sparklers. They're more like glass. Yeah, they're definitely glass. You can tell by the weight of them when they're in your tray. So they look fantastic though. And I'm really enjoying working on this. I'm not browned or yellowed out yet. I was afraid that, because somebody mentioned to me in the comments that they worked on this one and they really got sick of the color tone after a while. Now, granted, I'm only a small portion into it, so I can't speak to how I'm going to feel when I get, halfway through. I might be experiencing that myself, but so far so good. I'm not sick of it yet. So that's what I've got done on that one. Now, I do have a few actual finishes this week for diamond painting, just small things. And these are things that you will see in upcoming unboxings. You haven't seen the unboxings of these yet. They'll be coming out, in the next few days. But the first thing I wanted to show you was this adorable little thing that I made for Maddie. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is that? I'll tell you what the hell this is. This is a outlet cover. it came with these sticky little pads. Where did my sticky pads go? Came with these sticky little double-sided adhesive pads, and your light switch cover, you mount it over top of your light switch cover. And it's a cat. Isn't it cute? Very, very cute. So I made that for Maddie. And then also for Maddie, I had last year, about a year and a half ago, I cross-stitched her a pillow that was this design. And I saw this on a website, and I thought, I have to do this for Maddie to go with her pillow. So I haven't framed it yet. I just finished it. I'm going to frame it. It's a 30 by 40, and it's all crystal. It's a full coverage crystal. And it turned out so cute. I love the way it turned out. So sparkly, so shiny. And it also had some special drills in it. So up here, you know, you can see where those are. And then down by the whiskers, there's a few more special drills. They're special shapes. So very cute. I love how it turned out. Can't wait to give it to her. And like I said, you'll see the unboxing. I think I got this from Everyday eCrafts. I'm like 99% sure this came from Everyday eCrafts. But let me tell you, the drills on this were such good quality. Like, I haven't had, these were like the same equivalent quality as like crystal canvas art design kits. They were very, very, very nice crystals. So I finished that, started and finished that one this week. I also did this cute little partial with just Angie colors, you know, yellows, greens, oranges, and purples. Very much me, very much my color scheme. Super cute. And then I also did this one, which is very much not my usual, what I would be into. But I guess I had so much fun doing it, and I'm in disbelief at how much I like the way it turned out. This isn't something that it's just not my normal style, but I love it. I think it turned out really, really beautifully. And like I said, I had a great time doing it, and I loved these special drills that went here in her dress. I thought those seashell looking drills look really, really turned out looking nice. So I did that one too. And there was actually a lot more to drill here than what it would appear. It took me, a good little while to get that done. So those are all my finishes for the week and what I'm working on. And now, let's get to this guy, which I'm still working on, of course. So this is my canvas for Rest, Relax, and Enjoy the View. And it is, again, Evening Melodies by Abraham Hunter from Diamond Art Club. I'm going to turn on my light pad. Loving this light pad that has the daylight option. You know, rather it has blue, daylight, yellow, and white. Really love that daylight option. I rarely use a light pad. But here, because I have bright overhead lights to help me in my diamond painting in the front room, Jeff is kind of rigged up for me a really nice work light. It's unsightly and ugly, but it works really, really nicely. If we ever had company to the house that was, that didn't know us, they'd think, what the hell are you doing with this big work lamp in your front room? I don't really care. We don't get that many visitors that don't know us, so I don't care what they think. Oh, my drills. Hold on a second. I've got my drills on the dresser back here. Let me just grab them off, and we'll talk. So, good news. Nate did not have COVID. So we finally, after days and days, got his test results back, and he was negative. So when he was sick, he must have just had the flu. Which, sad that he was sick, but still, I'm glad that he didn't have COVID. Or maybe it would have been better just to get it done and over with. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to wish that upon anybody, especially not my own child. But yeah, so he is better, recovered, back to school. Everything's back to normal with him. Jeff and I never got sick, so that's a blessing. We both stayed healthy throughout him being sick, so we were very happy about that. Maddie, everybody, a lot of people have been asking me about Maddie and wishing her well. I just want to let everyone know that Maddie is doing very well. She, as of last night when I talked to her, her symptoms are all but gone. She still has a little bit of a sniffly nose, but other than that, she's feeling 100%. She's feeling completely back to normal. So she's still working remotely. And she is continuing to work remotely for the rest of the week. That's their protocol for her employer. So she will go back to work in person on Monday, and she's looking forward to that. Maddie's a go 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 kind of person. She's not a, well, to an extent. Like when she comes home to spend the weekend with me, we're homebodies because we just craft together. We just stay home and craft together. But when she's at home in Detroit, she's kind of a doer. She's, probably a typical young person and likes to go out on the town and do things. So it's been really tough for her to stay home this past week, and but she's managed. She's done the right thing, and she's she's gotten through it. So she's on the other side and on feeling well. So I know I heard from a lot of you that you or your families have been sick as well, and I wish you guys all the best, and I hope that everyone is recovering in your families as well. I hate to hear about anybody that's having a hard time. So, oh, you know what I wanted to do? Shoot, I left my notebook out in the front room. I wanted to, and I'll just do it without naming names, I guess. Maybe you'd prefer that I didn't name names anyway. But I would say that there are probably 6 people that I've noticed as of last night, was the last time I went in and checked. 6 people who have posted finished photos on the Facebook page for Rest, Relax, Enjoy the View. So I just want to give a huge shout out and say congrats to those people. Having a finish is awesome, especially when it's a bigger finish. It feels so good. I think it was Kay finished a 100 by 40, and that was last week. In week 2, she finished her 100 by 40. So congrats to Kay for doing that. That's a pretty monumental achievement, I think. So and then there were, like I said, there were a handful of other people who've also posted finishes. So congratulations to you guys. Good job. Thanks for joining in. This has been so much fun. I've had a blast reading all of the posts on the Facebook page. I loved everyone's answer for their what music would they be listening to. That was really fun for me to go through and read all of those comments. I actually, I was thinking the whole time I was reading all of them, I'm like, I really need to make a playlist. I need to make a playlist. These are good songs. I need to make a playlist with all of these. I'm a huge music lover, and more so when I was out of the house and working. I don't have really the opportunity to listen to music much. Not that I couldn't. I mean, I definitely could, but I'm usually watching something on TV or watching YouTube, and it doesn't pop into my head to just turn on some music. Maybe I'll do that this afternoon. Maybe instead of watching something, I'll just turn on some music and do that, because music is magical. To me, music is really a magical thing. It can transport you to a time and place like nothing else, in my opinion. I mean, that's in my life, that's the experience that I've had. It is really can just transport you to someplace else and somewhere else and some other time, and it can evoke so many nostalgic memories. But of course, it can do the opposite thing too. I have several songs that I am unable to listen to because they have bad memories associated with them. One of them is "My Heart Will Go On" by, who sang that? Was that Celine Dion? No, not Celine Dion. "My Heart Will Go On." Who sang? Somebody will tell me who sang that, because I can't think of it right off the top of my head. She's a big, big name. Anyways, from the movie Titanic. I cannot stand to hear that song. Maddie is 24 years old, 24 and a half years old. About 4 months after she was born, my sister had a son, and he was born with a congenital heart defect. And he had open heart surgery when he was only a few days old, and he tragically did not recover and passed away when he was about a month old. See, I'm tearing up just talking about it. It was a very difficult time, and very tragic and sad loss. And that song was played at his funeral. And ever since then, so, for almost 25 years, I just can't listen to that song. It just really, really brings back just, sad memories for me. So songs can be wonderful. Music can be wonderful in, making you think of great times, letting you relive some positive memories. But it can also bring up some pretty sad memories as well. So, but music has always been a big part of my life. My parents, when I was growing up, my parents were DJs. They DJ'd like dances and wedding receptions and anniversary parties and, New Year's Eve and anything else that you would hire a DJ for, they did it. And so we grew up surrounded by music all the time. There was never a time when there wasn't music playing in our house, and we participated and helped our parents with the business on the weekends. And so music growing up was, it played a big part. It played a big role in our lives. So I think that that's why I'm so big on, music. And I think you can tell a lot about a person, too, by what kind of music they enjoy. I don't know. I just do. And a lot of you have really good taste. Let me just say that. I'm a big fan of classic rock. It's probably my number one genre of music that I enjoy listening to. But I like to listen to just about anything except, well, that's not even true. I gotta be in the right mood. I can listen to pretty much anything. I like big band. I like hard rock. I don't love country. I'm going to be honest. Country is not my favorite. But there's some of it that I enjoy. I don't love rap. But I got to be honest again. Some of the old school stuff that takes me back to my youth. Like, I can rock out to that. I can, if I'm in the right mood, I can get into it. Not always, but in the right mood. But if I'm gonna choose music to listen to, it's gonna be classic rock. I'm a huge fan of the Eagles. Of course, my favorite band of all time is Led Zeppelin, because of course they are best band ever. And if you disagree, I will fight you. No, I'm just kidding. That's a line from Anchorman. If anybody's ever seen that movie, great movie. Love Will Ferrell, one of my favorite actors. He's hilarious. Big fan of almost everything he does. I just started watching, speaking of Will Ferrell, I'm not very far into it. I'm just about halfway into the first episode. Showtime, is it Showtime? I think it's Showtime. Anyway, series that he's in. It's called The Shrink Next Door, or The Therapist Next Door, something like that. But he plays from what I've seen of it so far, like I said, I'm not very far into it. He plays a very different character than what we're used to seeing Will Ferrell play. Just very different. So, what have I been watching other than that? I have been actually not watching a lot of YouTube, and I need to apologize to my YouTube friends out there because I have fallen into a little bit of a rabbit hole. With documentaries on the various apps like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and stuff like that. And I've been really just watching a ton of different documentaries. I got really into the series, and I had watched it before, but I hadn't really paid very close attention to it. And watching it again, there's just so much information that they give out that it really warranted watching again. I watched that Making a Murderer on Netflix, and I know that that was quite the big deal a few years ago. With that's the case that involves Stephen Avery, who had been falsely accused and imprisoned for 18 years for the rape of a woman, and then he was exonerated based on DNA evidence 18 years later. Then a woman went missing, and her body was eventually found on his property after he had been released from his wrongful imprisonment case, and he was again charged. He was charged with rape and murder in that case, and is currently in prison, found guilty, and is in prison. But there's a lot of accusations and a lot of questioning going on as to whether or not he actually committed that crime. So I like to watch those shows. I don't always like the way those documentaries can be presented, because a lot of times they're presented in a very one-sided way. They're, the way they're put together wants you to come to the conclusion that the makers have come to. They want, so they're kind of giving you half information. So I always try to watch those with like an extra questioning eye, and really, and coming from a law enforcement background, I think that I'm a little bit biased, and it's hard for me to get past that bias. I think I have a little bit of a bias of trusting law enforcement. I know that people can and do make mistakes, and but what they're accusing in this particular case is that the police planted evidence and were complicit in like horrible wrongdoing, just very, very, very horrific cover up and planting of evidence to make it look like this man committed this crime. And I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I don't. I honestly don't. I just think it's really compelling. All of the different things that have come up in the case are very interesting. It would, I would love to know for sure, what the truth was, but I don't think that anybody will ever know. And I don't like to think that the police would have planted evidence. That just, like I said, coming from, my background, I don't like to think that is ever something that happens, but we all know that it does. I mean, there are bad apples in every bunch, unfortunately, and that would include law enforcement. So, and I can't, I'm not an I just watched a documentary. I'm not an expert or anything, so I wouldn't want to give an opinion or, say that I feel a certain way, because I don't know everything there is to know about it. And, I'm just a lady who sat there and watched a show just like the rest of the world. But, man, people really got up in arms about this. There were demonstrations asking for him to be freed. It was a big media event when this documentary first came out, when this series first came out. I don't even know if I would call it a documentary, because it is presented in such a one-sided way. But if you watch it with, an amount of independent thinking, you can still enjoy what you're watching. I hate to say enjoy, because you're watching a show about someone having been brutally raped and murdered, but you can appreciate what you're watching without necessarily falling for hook, line, and sinker everything that's being presented to you. Because there's two sides to every story, and yeah, I'm not sure. Just not sure. But it's very interesting case. So if you're into, true crime, and if you've never seen that series before, that's one that you might want to check out, because it's a big time investment. I think that but between both seasons of it, I got about, I don't know, 16 hours invested into that, into watching it. They're 1 hour episodes, and I think there's 8 per season, I believe, maybe even more. I'm not sure. But you know, when you're sitting there crafting, you can really lose track of time, and it doesn't, it's kind of nice to have something long running when you're sitting there crafting, especially for the length of the time that I sit around crafting. So I like to have something I could really invest in, and so that was fun. It was not fun, but it was interesting. It was very interesting. So then, what else have I been watching? I don't. That's all I watched this week, I think. Oh, I've still been watching my Avengers and Marvel movies on Disney Plus. Those have been interesting. I have been watching quite a bit of crochet YouTube as well. Like I said, I'm behind on my diamond painting YouTube. I really need to catch up on all my creators that I normally watch. Um, but I've been so busy with crochet, man. It's taken over my life. How many of you because I know there are quite a few yarny people out there, I am going to place a rather large order with ice yarns. I have never ordered from Ice Yarn yet, and I know that it is a brand that a lot of people really like. They have very budget friendly yarn. It's very inexpensive, but the shipping cost is astronomical. Now, it's coming all the way from Turkey, and from what I hear, they ship really, really quickly. So you're paying for that too. And face it, I mean, if you're ordering a lot of yarn, it gets heavy after a while. So to come all the way from Turkey and, for the weight of it, but still. So I've got to wait until I get paid, which is next week. So when I get paid next week, I am going to be placing quite a large order for ice yarns. And I think what I'm going to do with it, and if you're not interested, you don't have to watch, but, those of you who might be interested, I think I'm going to actually do like an unboxing like I would do for diamond paintings and just show you everything that I've ordered. Because I found some really, really nice stuff. I got some tips, some suggestions from watching Bag a Day Crochet. I told you before how much I love her. I love like her style and the colors and yarns she chooses. But she just got a big order from Ice Yarns, and that's what prompted me to want to check that. I've been wanting to check them out. I just haven't been wanting to pay the shipping. But I didn't realize that they had so many higher end, like hand dyed and alpaca and merino and kind of higher end yarns, and they do. So I'm anxious to give them a try, and they do have a good selection of bulky yarn, which I prefer a bulky yarn. Just personal preference, no right or wrong to it. Just it's what I like. There is a 3-weight yarn that I'm ordering, though, that is absolutely stinking gorgeous. And I think I'm going to make a sweater with it. It's probably going to take a long time to make a whole sweater with a 3-weight yarn, but I'm going to do it. So yeah, the shipping alone on as my order stands right now, and I'm not saying that I won't add something, or I might try to delete a few things because I've got quite a big quantity of some of the yarns, and I need to go look back at my yardage and kind of carefully consider what kind of project I want to use it for, and then maybe not get quite as many packs as what I had originally put in my cart. But right now, just the shipping on my cart in my order that I have in my cart right now is going to be $125 just for shipping. So I think I need to go back and maybe pull a few things out of there till next time. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I can't wait. Can't wait. Super excited about that. I haven't been this excited about an order in a little bit. So it's going to be a good time. And from what I hear, they ship really fast. So hopefully that'll be, if I get paid next week, it'll be the week after that I get the order. So that should be fun. Still definitely in the crochet season. I know you can crochet, and I do crochet all year, but for some reason the winter just feels like crochet season. At least it's when I think about making sweaters and stuff. I didn't even think about making sweaters when I was crocheting in the summer, so I was just strictly doing blankets. Now I'm on this big sweater kick. You know, whatever. It happens. So I got that going on. I ordered another Distracted by Diamonds canvas earlier this week. That should be here. I think it's going to be here tomorrow, Friday. So I'll have that to show you guys. And it's weird because this artist, it's Bob Duquette. Some of his stuff I really love. Some of it I think is beautiful. I have one of his pieces. And some of his stuff I think looks weird. Isn't that strange? Like the same artist, some of it I think is beautiful, and some of it I'm like, man, no, that's a little weird. So it's just, I don't know, because a lot of times with artists, I think you either like them or you don't like them. But same thing, I guess, with Ines Guerrero. There have been a couple of her diamond paintings that I have not gotten because I just didn't care for them, and she's one of my favorite artists. Whoops, I just bumped my light pad. Where's my switch? Oh, come on. That's the one thing I do hate about light pads is when you bump the switch. With the ones, I like my other light pad, which is a A3, but it's not cordless and it doesn't have this daylight mode setting. But it has the switch to turn it on is on a cord, which is a lot better. It's a lot nicer because you don't accidentally turn your light pad off with your arm like I just did, or turn it down. I think what I actually did was turn it down. Let me see. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's better. That's better. So, what has everybody else been up to? I like to hear from you guys and hear about what's going on in your lives too. I mentioned that, Nate didn't have COVID. Maddie's better, so Maddie will be coming home this weekend. Yay, so glad, because I miss her terribly. She has not been, because of, we had Christmas, she was home for Christmas, then we had New Year's, she was in New York City for New Year's. She didn't come home the following weekend because that wasn't her weekend to come home. And then last weekend she was supposed to come home and she was sick. So I haven't seen her since Christmas. So it's been almost a month since I've seen her, and that's like very unusual. So I'm very excited to see her this weekend. Now we do have, on Saturday, we have Emily's going away party. If those of you who don't know, Emily is my other daughter. She's 27. She and her family are moving to Nashville, Tennessee. In fact, they've already moved, and so they're coming back for this going away party on Saturday. So that's going to go on during the day, though. So I've made a decision, and I have decided that I'm going to start going live on a regular schedule. So I've decided that I really enjoy my Saturday nights that I do at 9 o'clock, and it works out well for me. It's a time that works out well for me, and you guys seem to show up, so I'm going to, that's going to be my regular schedule from now on. With or without Maddie, I'm going to be going live on Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So we will be, Maddie, of course, will be home this weekend, so we'll be going live together on Saturday. And then next Saturday, I might actually have a different special guest. My niece Lauren, who I've told you guys about before, is also a diamond painter, and she is going to come over and hang out with me. And pop into my live. So that'll be fun. You'll get to meet her. She is 20. She'll be 21 in June. And she's just an absolute sweetheart. Growing up, her and I had a very special bond. I did a lot of things with her. Her and I would go on camping trips by ourselves. She used to go on our family vacations with us. We just had a great relationship. Now that she's become an adult and she's working and going to school, it's a little bit harder to stay in contact with her on such a regular basis. So I do miss her, and I'm really looking forward to hanging out and diamond painting with her. We haven't been able to get together and diamond paint yet. She just started diamond painting, I want to say about a year ago. Maybe not even quite that long, but maybe it has. I'm not sure. Yeah, it has been a year ago because she got diamond paintings for Christmas last year. So she's been diamond painting about a year, and we have yet to sit down together and hang out and diamond paint. So that's going to be really fun to have her there. And she's a very interesting person. She's very artistic. She's an incredible painter. She could, you know what she should do is she should do a custom of one of her paintings, because she has tremendous talent. She is someone who's just very gifted in all types of art, all mediums of art. And so I'm not sure, I don't know if she's just taking classes at the community college right now, or if she has a major in mind yet. But she should be doing something artistic, because she's very, very good. Very good. So, but between work and school, she, and her friends, we haven't had time to hang out yet. With who wants to come hang out with their old ass aunt, right? Just kidding. She does. She's just busy. So that's coming up. I don't have any events planned for the future as far as hosting, but I'm thinking about one, and I'm thinking about doing something later on this year with customs. So what do you guys think about that? I have a custom that I really, really want to work on, and I would love to work on it with some friends. So I was thinking about making it into an event. So let me know if you've got any customs in your stash that you would like to work on together. And, depending on the response I get, we'll see. And I'll maybe turn that into an event. And if I announce it now, even if you don't have a custom, you would definitely have time to get one before the event starts. Because I don't think I'm going to do it until summer. So let me know what you think about that. That is all I had that I wanted to talk to you diamond painting wise. What else is going on? I don't think anything. I think I've probably covered just about everything. So I think I'll let you guys go. I don't know if it's been, how long has it been? Oh yeah, boy, I'm getting good at this. It's almost exactly an hour. Not that, there's nothing saying that I gotta limit myself to an hour or whatever, but I know that that's like generally what people do, but I don't care if I sit here and talk to you for 3 hours. That's my own business, right? Right. Anyway, though, I am going to get going just because I don't have anything else on my mind at the moment to talk about. I'm sure I could think of something. I don't ever have problems with thinking of something, but I got to go to the little girls, and so I better get off here and go take care of that. And thank you guys for watching. And thanks for participating in the event. And congrats to Jess. And Jess, get a hold of me and I will get your prize out to you. Don't forget to watch Mindy's video if you haven't already for her prize announcement for next week. And also, don't forget to do your extra credit. So if you're participating in the event, yesterday Mindy put up her post in the Facebook group for what the extra credit question is for this week. So don't forget to go and pop in your answer to her extra credit question. And it's a good one. It's going to require you to do a little bit more work. You're going to have to, I think she asked for a picture of what you would be wearing while you're resting, relaxing, and enjoying the view. So that should be fun. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what you guys all have to say or have to show for that. Especially those of you who are in those tropical climates. Yeah, I want to see what you'd be wearing. So that'll be fun. But thanks a lot, everyone, for watching and subscribing. And I will see you guys all in my next video, which will be tomorrow. And I'll see you guys hopefully on Saturday. If you can pop in to the live, it'd be great to have you there. The more the merrier. We did a couple giveaways last Saturday. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it again. It was fun. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.